Hello, it's me, Jack-a-Lopium. Welcome along. We're back playing some more Dwarf Fortress. This will be episode 1, so this will be the continuation, or the start rather, of like an active kind of playlist of Dwarf Fortress episodes. We're going to start a whole brand new world and a whole brand new fortress. And as always, if you want your name on a dwarf, then give me a yell either in the comments or over on my Discord, and I'll stick a name in the game. Alright, so what exactly are we doing? As I said before, we are starting a new world, etc. I have been experimenting with a couple of kind of Embark kind of profiles, so I'll show you what I've got. We'll see. I haven't had a chance to test it, but you know. Okay, world map size, we'll keep it as medium. We'll keep all of this except we'll change that to frequent. I believe if we turn this down, it is as I thought it was before. It will turn down the number of aquifers. Like, that would produce aquifers everywhere when it's still frequent. So, I mean, you got to take your choice. You either risk an aquifer or you start with very low mineral occurrence. So we'll create this world and then we'll just go through the steps of, you know, customizing our embark point. We'll customize our party, our distribution of skills, the items we're going to take with us, and the aminals. We do love a bit of aminals. I'll go through something that I thought was a pretty good setup. Hey, it looks like there are 2 different continents. That looks like there's a split there, and that looks like there's a split there, even though it's like 1 tile wide and maybe 2 tiles wide there. I don't know if anyone reads all of this. It's pretty good. The tight ink founded golden mouths. What does that mean? The dwarf Zan inkage, etc, etc. Alright, there we go. Let's get this one loaded in. It looks pretty good. I like the way it's got 2 different continents. The kind of size of the world also affects the amount of time it's going to spend loading and unloading, etc, etc. Like, I thought it might be a good idea to go to a large world, because then you're more likely to get, you know, a decent embark point, but then it just takes forever to load in. Okay, so there you go. We're going to skip the tutorial again. We are going to use find embark location, because that's what I've kind of like been messing around with. Like a complete flaming, yeah, you can hear me rattling my papers. So let's find an embark, or force the robot to find an embark location. X and Y dimensions 4 and 4 is, yeah, as normal. Savagery, spirit, and elevation. I actually want low elevation. I don't believe that that's like you will be like close to surface level or close to the water table or whatever, but I believe that that matters depending on how sloped your embark point is. Temperature, we want medium. Rain, I guess, yes, medium. Drainage, flux stone layer, yes. Aquifer light. We're going to choose... I don't like using aquifers, but we're going to take a light aquifer, but avoid heavy aquifer, just because at this level of kind of depth of minerals, there will still be very few sites, very few tiles here which don't have an aquifer, so I'd rather have a light one rather than a heavy one. Do we want a river? Sure. You can manage without, but you just got to hope that you get some lakes as well, which you're not always guaranteed. As I was running through, let's go with some clay. Sure. Sand. No, we're going to forget about sand. You do need sand for glass, right? But I don't know why we need glass, because we live underground. What's the point of having a window? So I'm going to say no to sand. Okay, and then we get on to the number of kind of mineral deposits or metal deposits, right? Okay, we can't go all the way down. So what you look for is a bunch of metals. You want most of them, to be fair. However, I managed to narrow it down. The problem is you will very often get an entire world with either, you know, like 1 or 2 aluminum deposits. I'm going to probably switch between the American aluminum and the British aluminium, just because I am British, but the game is obviously American. So we're going to set that to no, just because there is very few chances of getting aluminium, which is a shame, because aluminum is like one of the most expensive kind of minerals you can get. That as well as platinum, which we're also not going to go for. There is a strategy you can utilize where you check no to everything and just go for like platinum. If you just ticked yes for platinum and no for everything else, you can just mine as much platinum as you want and then sell it and then buy everything you want. We're not going to be doing that, even though it is a very it kind of makes it a slightly simplified experience, but it can be done, and there are people that have done it, you know. We do want iron, we do want gold, we want silver, copper, nickel I don't care about, zinc I don't care about, platinum is a no. Tin is hella useful, yes. So is, well, lead not so much. I'm going to leave that as Na. Bismuth, let's put no. We can live without bismuth. We don't need it. And then we can just start the search. And there you go. There's the robot searching. It's actually fairly quick on a medium world. It's painfully slow on a large world. So you pays your money, you pays your choice. If you do want, you know, as much choice as possible, you would probably go for a larger world, but you know, it'd take forever to find this. And often I've found it easier to run multiple searches, all right? Just with various ones of these turned off and on. Look, match found, huzzas. So you can find a match. How many do we have? We've got one there. We might only have one. Keep your eyes open, because it's literally just a beautiful green square. I don't think it's this one, because we're in the cold. So yeah, it does make it very tough to see. And this one even looks cold as well. Oh, it is temperate. That's good. Even though we're like 4 minutes away from freezing. I don't think that that's a very good space. Oh no, there's one as well. Yeah, that's not a good one either. I can tell. Oh no, it's on a river. That's pretty good. I don't think this one is. Oh, it is. That's good. But okay, so shallow clay, very deep soil. Ugh. Shallow clay, very deep soil. So neither one of these. Oh, there's another couple of them. Very deep soil. Very deep soil. Ugh. Let's try this again. No, it's not there. Let's change this to soil little. See if we can find anything. Again, if you need to change the various categories to flick on and off, then it's going to be much quicker to churn these out on a medium world than on a large world. So we'll leave this one running again, and then if I have to run another one, I will do it off camera. Yep, we've got a match found. Our planet is just very, very hot. Okay, it's a bit of a freak. I wouldn't mind finding which is the best for trees. That's temperature cold. And cold. And cold. So I think it is going to be this one, unfortunately. There is literally only one we can... Okay, I ran the search again a couple of times, and as you can see, there aren't too many more different ones. They're mostly in this kind of strip here, because that looks like the only strip that isn't, like, boiling. Most of the planet is, like, boiling. Where was the other one I wanted to look at? There. Let's have a quick look at this. Very deep soil and decent woodland though, but I've sort of found one over here, and the only kind of problem in inverted commas is there's a bunch of blooming elves all over the place. They're everywhere. They, you know, as you'd expect, they're part of the forest, so we don't really want to encroach upon elves, and we don't want them particularly encroaching upon us. This one looks pretty good. As you can see, heavily forested, temperate, other vegetation thick, shallow clay. There is some shallow sand, there's some soil, but there is a very deep soil there. But it does have a river that runs through the top. And the kind of mix of minerals seems pretty good. Iron, gold, silver, copper, tin, lead, and a fluxstone layer. That's what we want. All right. Hold on. How many are we missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, that's all of them. It's got all of them. All right, let's go. And then we can do the next bit. It says it's got a light aquifer. Yep, it might need to be pumped. So let's choose it. What we could do is prepare for the journey carefully, or we could use our saved Embark profile. I think it goes through our Embark profile. No cedar buckets, splints, crutches, wheelbarrows. Why? If we look at this, what I have changed from the default is I've done +5 seeds on everything. So I've basically just doubled the seeds. We're still taking 1 anvil, but I've narrowed this down 2 battle axes, 2 picks. I've not doubled this, but I've given them 20 plus dwarven rum. So instead of 60 units of booze, we've got 80 units, and these all basically behave in the same way. It's all just booze. Everybody can drink the booze. Sorry, I've doubled the meat by just giving us another 15 units of random meat. We've got a bunch of fish. We've got 15 plump helmets. We're going to take, I think these are all default. Pigtail bags, pigtail thread, ropes. I have added, however, a couple of leather quiverlers. I've just put leather, reindeer leather. It doesn't really matter. So what are we going to do here? It was splints, right? So splints, crutches. I only want one of each. Let's say, okay, since we've got some extra funds, I'm going to take 3 of battle axes and 3 of the picks. It means we don't have, I don't exactly know what it's for. The step ladder and the other thing, I'm not sure what it is. Or even what it's under, which function, which kind of category it's under. That would be cool, getting some mugs, but they are super expensive. And each dwarf is going to want his own one. Yeah, look at that. Bronze. I mean, that is 30 more, so I could get one bronze pick. Oh, that's frustrating. I didn't realise it was going to take stuff away from me. Wonder about some metal bars. No, they're very expensive. Painfully so. We could just get 3 copper bars just in case. Just in case, man. The other place I've gone into to choose a bunch of stuff is on the animals. We're going to take 1 couple of dogs, 2 couples of cats. So, yeah, maybe you can guess what I'm hoping will happen. We've got 1 cow, 1 bull, 1 ewe, 1 ram. And then I'm taking 6 female and 6 male KVs. Yeah, there's going to be something weird that happens there. I don't know what, though. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we'll be able to, like, you know, without putting too fine a point on it, we're going to sacrifice our cats and KVs. And so, on to the most important thing, which is our citizens. So, I've set them up like this. I've set them up 2 miners, 2 woodworkers, a fisher dwarf, a farmer, and a doctor. If you want to go more into the skills, this guy is, I believe, skilled is 4. Yep, skilled 4. Adequate mason is 2. And then novice gem cutter and gem setter, so that's 1. Stone cutter, stone carver, so that's 1 each. Let me flick back to my dwarven build. So yeah, that's the first miner. He's got 4 in miner, 2 in mason, and 1 each in gem cutter, gem setter, stone cutter, and stone carver. Then we've got miner number 2, who has miner 4 as before, mason 1 this time, stone cutter 1, stone carver, but I've also got him as engraver 1 and potter 1. So there's that. For the woodworker, that is 3 in woodcutter, just because I feel that they can probably gain skills as woodcutters a lot easier than they can as miners, because mining takes quite a lot of time to cut through, because they're made out of rocks, right? They're made out of rocks. So anyway, 3 woodworker, 3 woodcutter, 3 woodcutter, 3 carpenter, I should say. Bowyer 2, because I want to go and just make everybody a bow as soon as we get there. Then we've got furnace operator and wood burner. That's just a kind of, just as a kind of, not an emergency as such, but just in case. Then the second woodcutter, he's got woodcutter of 3. There you go. Woodcutter of 3, planter of 2, brewer of 2. So yeah, I want to be able to brew up some drinkies. And he's a bone carver of 2. I actually find bone carving really good, because you do end up with tons and tons of bones eventually, and they're really good for cutting into, like trade goods and things, as well as, you'll have wooden and stone. But that's one thing. Okay, so the next one is the Fisher Dwarf. He has 4 in Fisher Dwarf, 2 in Butcher, 2 in Planter, and 2 in Brewer. So he's like my spare backup brewer. Then the Farmer, he has 4 in Planter, 4 in Cook. So he's going to be my main cook as well as the Planter. Then he's got Animal Trainer of 1 and Animal Caretaker of 1. And then last of all, we've got the Doctor. He will probably end up being our expedition leader. But he has Wound Dresser of 1, Surgeon 3, Bone Doctor, even though it looks like I've written Bong Doctor, but it isn't, it's Bone Doctor. Negotiator 1, Record Keeper 1, and Suturer 2. So mostly a doctor, but he's also got some like low-level skills of kind of leadership skills. So yeah, that is the 7 dwarves we're going to be using. Hopefully we get a couple of like potters probably, and a couple of various other bits and bobs, like kind of drink related maybe. So yeah, we took some copper bars, doubled the seeds, because you do get like a default list of stuff. You don't actually have to start from 0, and then you can add or subtract bits and bobs what you want. So let's try it like that. So yeah, and there's our animals. Right, great. Fortress name. What are we going to do? Lilaridon. So Somiden, Ensebidon, Bacchustidon, or the rear compound is Bacchustuf, and you just cycle through these. Osho, no, not Osho, no way. Bardumeth, yeah, sure. Sounds a bit like Gardameth. The North Korean kaiju. I do like adding these in. I like adding loads and loads of these. Fighter's Hut, the Bent. Fighter's Hut, the Angry. Fighter's Hut, the nail. Why not? The nail grub. Yeah, I like giving these like as long as possible just because that's absolutely ridiculous. Nail sculpted. Static nail. Yeah, sure, right. Salve of trap. Sure, why not? That is actually good because I'm actually going to just secure our fort with traps.
The nature of monkey was irrepressible.